this year, and it's basically to spark some interest, get more people coming along. I mean, we've got a lot of equipment and we're not using half of it, so we just want more people to come along. And it's really fun. So this we're just going to take you through a PowerPoint that we've got. So we currently do a competition representing a school up at Reading Uni, and well, yeah, we have to do this project as part of it. And this year the topic is about recycling. So we're just going to quickly take you through our project. We think it's really interesting and it's fantastic.
So the problem. To tackle the problem of increasing the efficiency in the waste management system, we focused on the first stage of the bin collection system. We realised that there's no innovation currently in the process of collecting all the rubbish, and so all current solutions focus on processing the rubbish after it's been collected. So if you thought about rubbish and how we can improve the way it's all collected and stuff, you wouldn't think about collection normally, unless you were quite clever. However, we believe the whole collection process is one of the most inefficient ways parts of the whole system. We realised that in many towns and cities, the bins are unnecessarily emptied, even when they're not full, and this is a waste of both time and money for the council. It wastes precious resources such as plastic used in the bin bags, and also fuel, which we all know is bad for the environment.
We also have to take a look at existing solutions. Many different companies have started to include sensors in their bins, such as Bin Master, Global Spec, Green System. However, only one company, Smart Bin, has implemented a large-scale solution.
We've come up with a waste management system that integrates a variety of cutting-edge technology. Our solution to this problem is to put ultrasonic sensors in bins to measure how full the bins are. This is our trial run, that's the sensor, it's sensing how full the bin is. This sends the information to a server, which coordinates which places the bin men have to go to pick up the bins.
Okay, so this is big data. Get it? Big data. So if smart bins are used a lot in towns and cities across the country, we'll get a big inflow of data coming to our servers. And to efficiently handle this data, we need to use some big data analytic systems such as Hadoop, Hive, Kafka, Storm, and Python. You've probably heard of maybe one of those. We've also used cloud computing technology as we've created an online database which has stored all of our data in the cloud. We use fast.com as it provides a secure and easy to use interface for our testing process.
We also looked at using artificial intelligence to sift through the data to predict when the bins will be full based on the fill rate from previous data.
The problem in this case is an instance of the travelling salesman problem. Now this is a well-known problem in computer science. It involves finding the shortest routes through the number of points on the graph. In this case, the graph is the town and the points are the bins. And it's not actually that simple, but there are several solutions, methods to find the best solution. So there's brute force, which tries every possible combination, and that's okay if you have about 5 bins. But when you get to say 200 bins, it becomes really impossible to do unless you have a huge computer. And then there's a greedy algorithm, the nearest neighbour. This just takes the shortest one, the next available shortest one that's not on the route, and constructs a route that way. And then there's this one, which is really interesting, inspired by how ants act in nature. Because have you ever wondered how ants go find food? They walk about yes?
Is it that they walk about when they need scent, and then to get back to their home, they follow the scent?
Yeah, that's precisely it. And it works by how the shortest route builds up the most scent, and it ends up being reused. So the shortest route ends up with a huge amount of scent, and that becomes the most used route.
Right, so if you're going to have a bin in every town, it needs to be on a large scale. So to do this, it needs to be cheap. And we're going to be using cheap yet reliable equipment, such as the Raspberry Pi, which is a tiny computer, which is very cheap, and open source softwares. Okay. And then to manufacture and deploy this, we have demonstrated that we can make it ourselves in our school. And we hope to expand this to the entire world and maybe sell it off to a manufacturer. We have also considered using solar panels because this is a cheap way to get energy for our smart bins. And by expanding this into larger areas on every bin, we can have a really affordable energy source. And then this all accounts for making our bins very cheap to use and very cheap to run, and then this can all be done on a very large scale across the globe.
Alright, so
we've created a sort of UX mock-up for what bin men will see when they're collecting their bins on the route. Most people nowadays have smartphones, so we thought instead of creating a whole new device for this, we can use the usual smartphone that you have. Maybe not this good if you're a bin man, but you can use the usual Google, let's say, stock navigation, and put some data on top of that to help you navigate and know which side of the road or how big a bin will be. So as you can see here, we've got Google Maps here. But what we've done, our application that we're going to hopefully make, overlays some information about your next bin, where it is, how full it is, and so you can prepare people in your sort of army of bin men to collect the bins, efficiently.
right, now I'd like to open up to any questions you guys might have.
How are you going to install the devices from inside the bin?
So it will actually be implemented inside the casing of the bin. So I mean, it's the same as having lights. You can't really people going to kind of steal photos. I understand safety concern, security concern, but yeah, we'll look into it.
What the bin men can't afford the bin?
If the bin men can't afford a phone, they'll be issued it by the company. Any other questions?
So now we can maybe talk about our robot.
Yeah. So the other side of this competition is building a robot to complete some tasks on a set board. So this is our robot this year, and we're going to go through some videos of the robot actually doing some stuff on our board.
So this is our board, our wooden board we have in E2 on Monday evenings, and this is the robot we programmed using some pretty basic drag and drop coding because you're not allowed to use anything else in the competition. What it's doing here is it's taking this chicken and putting it inside this extremely small hole reliably. Courtesy of Andrew Yang here.
Thank you.
We had a few issues on this particular Monday, with it not always doing the same thing, going off track. It's pretty disastrous actually. But it takes a lot of time to get these sort of things accurate enough to work all the time. And on the competition last year, we didn't do too well because of issues like this. Adjustments to code have to be done sometimes. So we have a YouTube channel where we share our videos with the world because we think sharing is good for other teams. And so we've got quite a few views on this. 792 on one of them in a month. We've created multiple tools for
And so by sharing, we decided we can give other people ideas on how to improve their sport. They can give some tips. Sometimes the rules do change sometimes, and then if something's gone wrong, then they can inform us, or we can inform them. And it's a good community just to talk about things.
So this is a pretty genius idea I came up with that. And what it does, it puts this chicken down, and it actually pushes against the wall at the edge of the map to drop the chicken into place. That doesn't and then it can use the use this bar later to push other things along the way in the map. And go back to base. There's a few other things we can talk about. For example, for a prototype for our bin, we've got this time lapse. Okay. And we've also created a video about what we were like last year on this. So this is our past history video we made talking about Russell. I don't want to listen to recording my voice. So 2 years ago, we were Black Thunder. We were called Raging Sharks, but they made a typo, so we were called Raving Sharks. Brave. And in 2013, at the Reading University Regionals, we failed. Put it blunt. Just look at our label. It was huge, and my voice was still high pitched. But yeah, this is the gearbox on there. Gatam was what lead design for this. Quite a lot. First robot. Yes. So that was 4 times speed, and that was at max speed. So we won the robot prize because it was quite complicated. If you like the video, subscribe and like. No, but this is our robot last year. This is also really unreliable because we use gyroscopes, which are really useful for aligning the robot to a certain degree on the board. But we found that sometimes it glitches like that, and sometimes they weren't accurate enough over long distances of time, long periods of time. 2014 in the regionals, we go again. We won nothing, and that was because our robot was badly programmed, and was badly programmed by me. No, listen, don't get that. It was just badly designed. We built it before we received the map, so it wasn't ready for the sort of tasks we had on the board. And if you needed to learn that, so yeah, build the robot with map in mind. Yeah, this is just saying it's the amount of characters of the video. So this is us now. We've done all this way over 3 years, and if you want to check out some other stuff, you can check our YouTube channel out at blackthunderfll.uk.to and just get the YouTube link there, and it takes you to our channel.
Yeah, question.
So is your team called Black Thunder?
Yes, our team is called Black Thunder.
What about Raving Sharks?
That was previous year.
We did one another typo, so we thought we'd change it to something a bit more obvious.
You should change it to Raving Sharks.
No, it doesn't.
You know the robot where like push the thing back into the robot? How do you get it back out? Or do you have a controller?
What do you mean?
Like, so, you know it went against the wall and
Yes.
got pushed in?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, doesn't it just stay into the rest of the thing?
We go on once each time, so we don't need to.
You're allowed to bring the robot back to base and change what's on the robot.
Oh,
But we're only doing that. We're basically taking the chicken from the base and putting it in that small circle, and that will give us a certain amount of points, which will add to our total.
Okay, so here's the base where the robot starts, and the chicken needs to go all the way in this tiny hole. And then so the robot follows this route, and then deploys the chicken. And on the way back, it pushes back this turtle back to base, and a plastic bag which can damage the environment. And then it's back out.
Yeah, in case you want to watch that beautiful animation one more time. That's quite a while. Yeah.
Where's the plastic bag?
Where's the plastic bag? It's with the turtle.
Oh,
They're literally the same place. Yeah.
What's the rest of the map for then?
The rest of the map.
That's just one task that we're doing, and it's one of the ones that will get us the most points. But we are doing some of the other tasks.
For example, here we will push this truck over along the map to the end, and while it's going along, it actually picks up something from this huge sorter here, which you might be able to see from one of the videos.
So basically, each map changes every year, and it's based on their theme. So this year it's recycling, so we've got to pull plastic bags from the environment. We have a sorter, which is a huge thing. Yeah.
So it sorts recyclable things and things that don't go in the environment that are not natural.
So we might be able to get a photo or here we go. So that's the sorter. And you're going to push this truck along there, looks like that along the motorway, hitting a little switch there, and we'll go to the end, get more points for picking up the yellow box.
You've also got so you've also got a plastic bag next to the turtle. You can see on the right.
And we've got the composting thing where we push it in and get something.
Yeah, composting thing is sort of like a clock mechanism where if you push in the yellow thing on the side, it will initiate a press which will eject a small.
Cool. Like a what's it, like a clock.
Yeah. Yeah. So the whole point of this presentation was we can get some experience presenting this PowerPoint to people because we're presenting it to judges next week.
2 weeks.
2 weeks. And it's also so that you guys could get to know what we sort of do in Robotics Club and possibly spark some interest in some of you may want to join next term. So, anyone here interested now in robotics? Got a couple. You've got a fair amount, so yeah.